I was having this session with a client whom I've known for, I think, nearly 20 years, 20 plus years of my life. Um, I've seen this client grow as an individual, as a business person, as a professional. The client has seen me grow. And I, less than calling him a client, I call him as a friend. But obviously, when he pays me money for a service, it's professional. So we have seen each other grow all these years. And we literally witnessed each other how we have changed. Obviously, he was slim, then became plump, and now he's very, very rich. And he has seen me from having no tattoos to all these tattoos to all the ups and downs and girlfriends and Playboy days and crazy Loy Machedo to what I'm today. So he had launched this new project and he wanted a little bit of branding advice. And after he finished all that, he said, "Hey man, I'll tell you something." I said, "Yeah, go ahead." So he said, "You have really changed a lot." Okay. So yeah, I kind of explained. Of course, yeah, I mean, you and I, we know each other. You have changed a lot. I've changed. But he said, "No, no, Loy, I want to be specific on an area that you have changed." So I said, "Yeah, go ahead, tell me." Because I could see that he wanted to tell me something. So I said, "Okay, go ahead, tell me. What do you mean by, you know?" So he said, "Before you were very brash, you were very rude, you were very cold blooded, you would give it on our faces, you would literally make people cry with your coaching style. You are like a military kind of, a David Goggins kind of military kind of guy, extreme. You had extreme views. You should not get married. You should just have fun, never have children. And now you're just the stark opposite. It's like a 180. You're very understanding. You're very patient. You are, you kind of give me a lot of compliments over there. And he said, you've become very soft in the sense that you're not. You're not like that. I give a fuck about your feelings. Like you care about what other people feel. And he said, I have to give credit to your wife and to your baby that you have changed. And I said, yeah, I guess once you have a woman that you really want to make a relationship work, and especially when you have a baby that you really love and you want to do the best, you have to change. And he said, I just want you to know that I'm very proud of you. You are definitely the Loy Macedo that should have been. We never thought you'd be this, and you are. So, after I finished that conversation with him, I kind of sat and thought about it. And, that's where I want to make this video for you. See, when I got married to this woman, Nitni Pa, whom you call Annie, I didn't marry her and tell myself, like, I'm going to be an amazing husband. I'm going to be an amazing human being. I did not tell her, neither did I tell myself. I just knew that if I have to make this relationship work, I cannot be the same old Loy Macedo that I used to be, the playboy, sleeping around, taking unwanted risks. I was very realistic with myself that, like I just had a thought, maybe a conversation with myself. If I have to make this relationship work, these are the parameters, and this is what I have to do. I have to be focused. I have to work. No friends, no girls, no going out, no nonsense. The priority has to be the family. And in order to make the relationship work, the first most important thing is to have a baby between us so the bond is even more stronger. Otherwise, if you don't have a baby, there is no reason to be together. It's one less reason or the biggest reason. So I had made it very clear to my wifey that after we get married, that is, before we got married, I told her we will have a baby. She was like, "Oh, don't you want to wait and enjoy life? We both get to know each other." I said, "Nothing doing. We're going to have the baby immediately." So she was like very surprised because most of the people who get married, they say we will wait 6 months, 1 year, or after we get money. I was like, nothing. We will make the money. We'll make everything. We have to get the baby. And I'll tell you, once the baby was born, once again, I didn't make any promises. I didn't make any grandiose statement. I'm going to change. In fact, I'll tell you, here's the shocking thing, which I just realized. After the baby was born, I didn't take many photographs. I didn't have the video, the social media, the it just didn't occur to me. I'm really shocked to tell you this. That in fact, I was shocked myself. I even told my wife, have you realized that after the baby was born, I never took any photographs, I never took videos. She was kind of pissed off with me. Yeah, why didn't you take any photographs? You didn't care. I said, not the question of care. It is, I mean, it was such a turning point, such an unexpected, because I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what it was. I just knew that here's a baby. I'm like, this is my baby. Oh, bloody hell. Like, what am I supposed to do? I was so lost. And, 24/7, the baby was on my mind. The last thing I was like, take a photograph, although I should have, I really regret that I didn't take photographs and videos and moments. And I know I'll never get it again. I really feel bad for it. I'll tell you, the 3 days that she was in the hospital, I wish I could take maybe 10,000 snaps and videos. But fortunately, later on, we have a few photographs after that. But you can understand how it was such a powerful moment in my life that I didn't think of social media. I didn't think of photographs. I didn't think of video. I just was completely, it was like, oh, I have a baby. That's how it was for me. And then obviously when the baby came home, I was 24/7 worried, the baby's health has to be taken care. There are cot deaths when babies die when sleeping because either they turn the wrong way or the mother kind of smothers them, or there are all these incidents you read online, or a baby gets bitten by a mosquito and gets dengue fever. And so I was paranoid about all these things. I was like, oh, I keep the house proper, clean, make sure that pampers, diapers, food, this, that, all was there. It was a very, I don't know, for lack of a better word, scary time for me because there was nobody else who was going to do it. I had to do it. Yes, my wife was talking to her sisters to take guidance and tips, but I'm the father. I have to do something, right? So I tried to do my best. I wouldn't say that I was the ideal father. And yes, I never changed the diaper. I never wanted to change the diaper. It's not my area. And she's a girl, it's a girl. Even though she was a baby, I was like, this is a girl. I cannot, like, I'm a man. Like, I told my, I don't want to see her naked and all that. I just, uh, I know it's nothing sexual or anything, but it's my baby, like I want to respect it. So I told my wife, you do all the thing for the baby. And she was very understanding there. And, I would always speak my head and, okay, everything fine. Uh, yeah. So you would not believe, initially, I used to always think when I'm making a video, if they're making noise, get out of the house. Like, go out, go for a drive, take the baby, go out. I I used to think that that is how it should be. I know you'll be like, "Boy, are you gone mad? Are you a piece of shit?" It was my first time. Okay, and you'll not believe, one or two times, because the baby used to cry like non-stop, and I didn't have any plan of action that time. And I always wanted it to be quiet. I would tell my wife, take the baby, just go for a walk down or go a little far, or you know something that was stupid and immature from my side, because I didn't know how to handle it. Yeah, you know, you can give me bad words and you can tell, yeah, you're a piece of shit. You didn't know. Well, yes, I didn't know. You know. So later on, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I asking my wife and the baby to go out? Like, come on, they are family. So I then made the bedroom and made sure that how much ever possible to make it like soundproof curtains and this and that. And then I started to communicate with my wife. Okay, I'll make the video during this time when you're sleeping. So I also started to adjust. I wouldn't tell them like, oh, baby's crying. You take the baby and go down or go. Like, no, this cannot be like that. And yes, when the baby is growing and makes noise and all that, the, if you see some of my previous videos, I don't know which one. I was making the video and I'm talking, and suddenly the baby comes in, and I'm like, at that moment where something very important is going to come, and the baby comes in, I'm like, I want to lose my cool. I want to get angry, and then I'm like, oh. And so it's funny when I look back at it. And then I was like, oh, the video is ruined. Okay. Anyway, it's concluding. So I just concluded it. I thought people would say, hey, what the hell, man? You should keep it professional. But people actually, the viewers were actually, hey, this is so cute, man. This is such a moment. Like, that BBC world, that moment where the kids came in and this guy is live on BBC World. So for me, I thought I'll redo the video, but then I was like, I'll just put it up. So these were the moments. And now if you see, my baby is 6 years old. There's no noise. My wife is there. My baby is there. Both are outside this room. There's no noise. So we've worked together as a team. So yes, in a way, it has been a life lesson that you don't get to read in books. You don't get to hear it from anyone. You experience by yourself. And I'll tell you, there are so many other areas where I've changed. Before, I used to literally say, don't have children, it's a bloody mistake, and just have girls and have sex. And today, I'm very conscious about what I say, because I keep thinking, I have a daughter. If I say, okay, girls are just meant to have fun and sex and fuck them and this and that, I have a daughter. I mean, shouldn't I have integrity? If I give advice for everyone else, it should be applicable here. I can't give double standards and say, okay, your daughter, your sister, all these girls do all shit, not my family. Come on. And this is something you realize only when you have your own family. And when I looked at my own daughter, and I used to ask myself, what if she gets a boyfriend like Loy Machedo, like in the younger days? Would I feel okay if a guy took advantage of her? Obviously not. I'm a father. Right? So I began to look at women differently. I was like, I can't have double standards. I need to have rules for everyone, the same. And then it also came down to the part where before I used to lose my temper very fast. I was like lightning temper. If I was making a video, don't make noise, I would scream. Really, scream. But now, I just go, like, if I'm making a video and suddenly, let's say they make noise, I'll continue making the video, being cool. I know that I can edit this part out. Okay. Unless, of course, there's so much of noise that I'm like, then I stop the video, I go out. I might just show the little angry face, not say anything. My daughter would know, my wife would know. So, like you begin to realize it's not the end of the world. And yes, you can communicate. Sometimes, if I'm making an important video and there is still noise for whatever reason, I'd go out and guys, please, So that would be enough. So even losing the tempo, shouting at my wife, I think as of now, I've done it maybe once or twice. Because if I do lose my cool with my wifey, which as a human being, sometimes you tend to, but I don't use that as an excuse. My daughter goes to my wife and says, Mummy, what happened? And, immediately after I finish the shouting bit, which is short, not like before, just one, it can be 10 seconds, like, what the hell are you doing and this and that. And the baby goes and asks, Mummy, what happened? Why Papa shout? So then as you're walking back, you're like, damn, I don't want to lose my cool in front of the daughter. It's so embarrassing. Like, it shouldn't happen. Like, I don't want my daughter to go and ask, like, what happened? She should see that we love each other. Yes, there are these moments. So then, what I do is, I've actually done this, which happened last time. I told my wife about something. Sometimes she's lazy, which I don't blame her. So after I shouted, I told her, "Why the hell you're not doing this thing? And you have your mood swings and you show your temper and this and that." And as I was walking back, my baby went in thigh. What happened, mummy? Why Papa shouted? I was like, oh, this is. I came and sat down, and it was bugging me. And then I made the video. And after that, I was like, I don't want my daughter to see that a father shouted at her mother, my wife, because tomorrow maybe she'll think this is how a man should treat a woman. What I did is I went out, and baby was there, wife was there. I went and called the baby, come, come, come. And she came. And then I went to my wifey, I gave her a hug, and I said, see, Papa loves Mama. And I told, should not shout at Papa, Mama. Sometimes Papa gets a little angry and, happens. And then we hugged, all of us hugged each other. And I said, respect your Mama. Always, your Mama is very good. And, I did all the fatherly things. And yeah, I, I also told sorry. And so I wanted my daughter to see all this. So this is not something you read in books or someone will tell you. It's either you're aware of it or you're not. And yeah, so, and sometimes because I tell my wife, like I call my wife Annie, my daughter sometimes says Annie, and I told my baby, no, you don't say Annie, you say Mama. Okay, don't say the thing. And once I even saw, because sometimes I lose my cool, get angry with my wifey a little bit, my tone. So I saw my baby trying to copy that same. And I went to the baby and said, you will respect Mama. Okay, you don't talk like this. Okay. So, these are the small, maybe it's silly or this thing, but you really have to be aware of your role as the head of the family. Like even sometimes when I'm watching Instagram, like my wife is massaging my head and I'm watching Instagram. And if I see any clip that is slightly inappropriate, like my daughter might sometimes speak, you see a girl with a bikini or, trying to flash her tits, you immediately like, remove that. And sometimes I'm very afraid to even check Instagram because, my daughter's watching. So, um, yeah, you change in so many areas. Yeah. The words that you use, the person that you are, the actions that you have. Like even, for example, my daughter, I don't know, I've told you this in a previous game. I play that PC game, Sniper Elite 5, which is like a sniper. He shoots, from far. It's a stealth kind of game. You see the guy walking from like 1 kilometer and you shoot him. And when the bullet goes in this game, Sniper Elite 5, you can see it maybe on YouTube, goes slow motion and then they show the human being and then the x-ray of the flesh and the skull. And when it goes, it kind of explodes. They kind of show like, like a human anatomy, like a AI generated this thing. It's very Matrix kind of this thing. So my daughter shockingly saw it one day and she was like, Papa, I want to see. I was not too sure whether it was appropriate, but then finally I said, okay, let's see how does it go. And she kind of likes watching. She likes not only watching, if she likes to sit on my lap and she likes to participate in the game. So when I'm playing, she's like, Daddy, Daddy, shoot him. And oh, he saw you. Like, I don't know how she's able to understand that someone saw me because, then you get from a white light, it becomes like there's a circle, like, circle, it shows white light, then it becomes yellow, then it becomes red. Red means you have been spotted. So when it becomes white light, Papa, Papa, he can see you. And then I'm like, but for me, it's irritating because I like a game alone, no disturbance, nobody. I'm playing it, quietly and calm. My daughter, on the other hand, doesn't understand that. My daughter thinks the more input she gives me, the more vocal she is, the more, hey, Papa, look at this. And I'm like, oh. And then, sometimes when I'm aiming, I like it to be quiet. Like the game slows down and you can hear the heartbeat and it goes like this. And I want it to be quiet when I'm about to shoot. And my daughter's like, Papa, Papa, and then when I press shoot, it goes everywhere. I'm like, wow. So I kind of go crazy about all this. I like to play the game alone. But then because my daughter likes to play the game also, she makes it a point to, you know, come in and ask me, Papa, when you're playing the shooting game, when you're playing the shooting game. And I don't want to play the shooting game with her, to be very honest. But then, she asks me so many times. I'm like, okay, we will play, when it's your holiday. So the other day, it was Father's Day, if you saw the video. And what happened was, um, I was, it's Father's Day, it's a day off, she's at home. So she kept repeating, Papa, today holiday, we can play shooting game. I was like, yeah, okay, wait. But that day, unfortunately, I had a lot of customers, I had a lot of work to be done. And after I finished the customers, then, I want to put up the YouTube videos. So as I was thinking about this, my daughter kept, interrupting, Papa, when we'll play shooting game? You know how children are. They keep asking. I said, after it's go. And then my wife, because it was stopped raining, she went to check if she could get mushrooms outside. So it was my daughter and me alone in the house. And as I was doing my my YouTube videos, editing them, my daughter was sitting quietly in the other room with her iPad, the educational program. So I thought to myself, see, my work is not going to finish. I have the number of videos which would take another 3, 4 more hours. By the time I finish, I'll be dead tired and sleepy. And tomorrow she has school. And it's not fair that, I told my daughter, yeah, we will play. Because, you give your word, they don't forget. I'm telling you this, huh? Children don't forget. They remember if you promise them something or you tell them something, they don't forget. So I was like, okay, I've told my daughter, we will play the shooting game. I need to either do it now or it's not going to happen. So I immediately stopped my work, which is not very normal for me. I called my daughter. I said, hey, you want to play shooting game? Yeah, sure. So super hyper happy. I was in the middle of stage number 5 towards the end, but I was like, she wants to see me shoot somebody. So I need to restart the game where there are maximum number of people to shoot. So I had to restart the game again, which I didn't want to. And, because then you have to auto save and then you lose your progress. And as usual, my daughter sat on my lap. And as usual, my daughter kept interrupting me. And I was like, testing my patience. And, and children, they can't sit quietly. They have to keep fidgeting and moving. And she was sitting like this and then like this. And, she's sitting on top of my leg and she's going like this. And then finally, she kept yawning. And I was kind of glad that she was yawning because I was like, okay, now she's getting tired, so she'll go. But she didn't move until I think nearly 1 hour of playing. By the time my wife came back, and I was hoping that she would go because she could see it on security cam. And then she started to, she lifted her hands like this. She's, think this is me and the daughter. I'm like this. And she has started to play with my beard like this and pulling. You know how irritating that is when you're trying to do an aim and you're trying to be stealth. I was like, oh, okay, cool, relax. Don't, just let her be. So I took it on myself as a challenge. I'll wait until she get bored. I'll not say a word. And then finally she can go. So she kept trying to interrupt by saying, okay, let's go get a snack. Let's go get her this. I was like determined not to make her more comfortable than this because then she'll not go only. So finally, after I think 1 hour, 15 minutes of wanting her to finish and get fed up and go, she finally said, okay, Papa, Mummy is alone. I have to help her. She didn't tell me she got bored. I have to help Mama. Okay, I'll go help Mama. You play the game. Yeah, sure. And by the time she went out, uh, I was not enjoying the game, to be honest with you, because of the interruptions. I saved the game, stopped it, went back to my work. And then later on, when it was time to put her to sleep, I told my wifey, She said, "Oh, you played the game with the baby." I said, "Yeah, yeah," because I knew that she has to sleep on time and I'll get tired. So my wife was appreciative about it, and finally we finished. Although my daughter today, that is after 2 days, again she's asked me shooting game, which I said no. Sorry, not every time, but you get the part of what I'm saying. So see, overall, what I've realized over the period of being a father, you can hear the noise. My wife is, busy pounding some garlic and ginger. But now she stopped. Before, if she would do this, I would lose my cool. Now I'm a little understanding. So the point I'm trying to make here is, as age catches up, as time goes by, as you become older, as you have a woman that you love, as you have children that you love, and that is if you love them, and you try your best to be a good father and a good husband, you'll just realize it is not. You can't be a dictator. You can't be, hey, hey, behave like this. Yeah, I used to think that that is how you not tame, discipline a child. Hey, like, show anger. Uh, you laugh if I say this. I used to think that is the way, and I used to even try. My wife said, no, talk to her. And she showed me how to talk to her like as if she's an adult. And I have learned how to talk to my daughter in an understanding way, which was not there before. So maybe this has spilled over to other areas of my life. So I'm not that I'm a very nice guy and you can come to me with your sob stories and I'm going to be the most understanding this thing. No, sorry. I'm still I've not left my common sense in the dustbin. I know where to draw the line. But all I'm telling you is when you have a family, when you have a spouse, when you have children, you're different from what you were when you were single alone, and you have the responsibility of a wife, of a baby on your shoulders. So you'll always think 100 times before you do something. You'll take calculated risks. You know you will take the burden of responsibility of your family. So anyway, thought I'll share this with you. And yes, my friend was right. Yeah, I guess we all change with time. And yes, I'm getting old, so that also is there. And trust me when I say this, it's the most irritating thing to play a sniping game when you have your daughter, 6 year old, telling you all the tips. Hey, shoot him, shoot. It's like I'm aiming the gun and I'm going slow and it's quiet and I can hear the heartbeat. And I'm about to press the trigger and she says, "Hey, shoot that." And the bullet goes everywhere. So irritating. Anyway, oh, that is life. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, you guys take care. This is me signing off.